Sir, have you taken the attendance?
Nine students, 19 students. Where is Sagar?
Sir, the CR has been shifted to the CSC 9. Sir, no one is assigned yet.
Please invite your friends to join us.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir, your voice is very low.
Yes, sir, you are not audible.
Hello. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir, but voice is still low.
Might be that at your end the network is low.
No, sir, you are actually really low.
Yes, sir.
That's that you might not be able to hear the same. Sorry.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's start. It's 11:20 now. We will have first attendance. Okay, so attendance please. Enrollment number 329.
Yes, sir, present.
330.
Sir, 330 present, sir.
331. Kansanwal. 332. Ojas. 333.
Present, sir. 333, Naman.
Okay. 334.
Sir Yuvraj present 334.
335. Kushagra. 336. Nikita.
Present, sir. 336 present.
Okay. 337. Pragati.
So 331 also present.
Wait. 337. Pragati Mera. 338. Vani.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, 335 Kushagra, I am present.
Okay, Kusal, you are present. 339.
Present, sir.
340.
Present, sir.
Imam. 342. Aryaman.
342 present.
346.
Present, sir.
Malik.
Present.
347. Aryan. 348.
Present, sir. 348.
351. Art. Musal.
Sir, 351 present.
Art. 354.
Present, sir.
355. Danj. Is there any new admission to this group?
So there is a confirm for 331.
Shantanu.
Yes.
331. Okay. You are present, Shantanu, now.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now please mute yourself, all of you.
Sir, can you confirm for Park answer 351?
Okay, so how many of you have completed your experiments? Sonometer and Foster bridge.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, when I did the experiment in virtual lab, the answers I got are not getting tallied by the answers I'm getting after calculating the values. I mean, for omega, like for omega, I'm getting the exact same answers, but when I'm calculating moment of inertia, I'm not getting the appropriate answers.
Please send me the readings and your calculations so that I can check.
Sir, actually, I'll send you the readings, but I have calculated it.
Hello. Yuvraj, you are not audible.
Sir, I think a connection is shown on his end.
I think so.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Parth.
Yes, sir. In a transverse wave experiment, there was a in
Who is
calculation it
school
was
of please
written.
speak a little louder.
Say in transverse wave experiment, in calculation it was written mass of the thread. So how do we take the mass of the thread?
Mass of the thread.
Because in virtual lab it is not given. So shall I leave this column blank or?
We don't need mass of the thread. We basically need mass per unit length.
Yes, sir. So I can leave this column blank.
Yes, please leave it just blank.
Sir, sorry, network issue. So what about the readings now?
Please send me the readings.
Okay, sir, of the virtual lab.
Yes, virtual lab reading and your calculation.
Okay, sir, I'm sending.
Okay, then I will check. can tell you. So this I will check in the later half, because first we have to discuss today's experiment, and then during the performance of the experiment, then the experiment you will perform, at that time I will check the reading. So please send me now. Okay, now how many of you have gone through the experiment that we have to perform today?
You haven't shared the link.
Compound pendulum experiment, it is not uploaded on LMS. What?
On LMS, I haven't checked. I was saying that you haven't shared the link of the virtual lab. That was I was saying.
I will share later. Okay, so let's start today's experiment. But please keep your file ready. At least write all the headings for the experiment. Like so far, we have performed 2 experiments. Basically, 3 experiments. So all the 3 experiments should be in your file. So for experiment 1, please write the aim of the experiment, then apparatus use, then formula, then observation table, then so now if your readings are not correct, then leave the observation table blank till you get the correct reading, and then for the calculation part, leave the space for the calculation part, and then write the result. So leave the result also blank because we don't have the correct result right now. And sources of precautions and errors. So this you should do weekly basis. Like we have performed 3 experiments, so 3 experiments should be written in your file. Because now you have time, so you can do it now. But as
Sir?
please wait, next experiment, so you will be busy in doing the calculation and other things, and also you will have so many things in parallel in the theory part. You have to take the quizzes, and then you have to submit assignments, and then you will have minor exams. Okay, please do it briefly. Okay, Ariman.
Sir, on LMS, there are only 2 experiments. The first one and melts.
Okay, actually then please ask your theory faculty, because the theory faculty has the control for the uploading the material. I will also discuss with sir, GN Pandit sir. Okay, but if you want a soft copy of this today's practical, I can email. Okay.
Given my email ID, I can share to the class.
Please tell me the email ID of any one of you.
Sam sharing. So it is in the chat box.
Okay, part I have shared the content. Okay, so if anyone has any query related to the previous experiments, please ask now. Otherwise, we are going to start the experiment. Bar pendulum. There is no query. Please confirm.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so today we have to perform compound pendulum experiment, and this is also called bar pendulum because it is using the pendulum shape is in the form of a
Excuse me,
bar.
sir.
Yes.
Sir, when will we have our minors?
Minors actually for the first
And sir,
semester.
will the minors of all subjects will happen together, or will it be subject whenever the teacher decides their module is finished?
No, no, actually it will be university wide. So you will have 3 or 4 days slots, and in those days, all your minors will be finished.
Okay, sir.
Like your senior batches has minors now in this time, 5 to 7. Okay,
Okay, sir.
5 October to 7 October. Okay, so and since I think your first module is also not done so far.
Yes, sir. Only one subject it's almost done. I think in two subjects. I'm not sure.
Please wait.
2 subjects.
Have your minor.
Okay, sir.
They have more than one minor per day.
Okay, so the aim of this experiment is to find the acceleration due to gravity. This is small v, by the means of this compound pendulum. Okay, using this compound pendulum, we are finding the value of g. Okay. Now you already have done this type of experiment using simple pendulum in your senior secondary. Okay. Now the use of this compound pendulum as compared to the simple pendulum is that it gives us better result. The value of g, if we calculate using compound pendulum, it will be much more accurate as compared to the simple pendulum. Okay. Now in case of simple pendulum, the mass is concentrated at a point in ideal case, but in case of compound pendulum, the mass is uniformly distributed. Okay, now to perform this experiment, what we need? We need a bar pendulum. Okay. This is a bar shaped rod. We have this rod, and then we have different holes in this rod, and then we can hang this rod through any hole. Okay. Then we need a stopwatch to measure the time. We will give some displacement to this rod, then this will oscillate about its mean position. Then we will note the number of oscillations, let's say n number of oscillations, and the corresponding time for those number of oscillations. Now for this we will use stopwatch, and this stopwatch should have the accuracy of millisecond. Okay, because this experiment we are doing as compared to the simple pendulum means we need much more accurate value of g. So we should have much more accurate parameter calculation. Like this time should be much more accurate. So we have to take the millisecond reading also. Then we are using the knife edges to hang this compound pendulum. So here we will use knife edges support. So this is the knife edge, and then the contact of knife edge and support will be of very small point contact basically. Okay, so if it is aerial contact, then there may be friction during the oscillation of this compound pendulum. So to minimize that, we use knife edge. Then we need meter scale to measure the length of this pendulum, and then we need rigid support. We use rigid support to hang this compound pendulum. Okay, now this is a theory. So in case of compound pendulum, we have time period equals to 2 pi root I over mgm, where I is the inertia, rotational inertia of this pendulum, compound pendulum or bar pendulum, and where m is the mass of this pendulum. Okay, now we can find the moment of inertia of this pendulum about any axis or point. If we know the moment of inertia about its center of gravity, then we can find the moment of inertia at a distance L from this center of gravity point. So this is simply the moment of inertia at the gravity point plus mass of this pendulum into square of the length between this gravity point and the point where we want to measure the moment of inertia. Okay. Now this moment of inertia at the gravity point, center of gravity, this can also be written as mk square. Okay. So the mass, this mass is the total mass of this pendulum. In this case, called the radius of gyre. Okay. Now in this case, moment of inertia is mk square plus m L square. So we can write this as I equals to m k square plus L square. Now if we put the value of I in this formula, then we get t equals to 2 pi root m k square plus L square by mgl. Okay. Now in the case of simple pendulum, the formula is t equals to 2 pi root L over g. Okay. Now we have to make some tabulation to find the value of L. Here we are denoting it capital L for the case of this compound pendulum, which is equivalent to this length in case of simple pendulum. Means this is the distance between the point of suspension and the bob center. But in case of compound pendulum, mass is uniformly distributed. So we have to find this distance from the point of suspension to the center of mass. Okay. So this we will find using graph. So we have to plot the graph, then we have to find this L. So if we find this equivalent L, then we can use this simple pendulum formula. You have to just plug this value of L here, and then we can find this value of, so now G will be 4 pi square into L. Now this L is for this compound pendulum, L over T. Okay, so T is the time period. Let's see how to calculate this value of L. Okay, so here we have this compound pendulum, and this is the knife edge. Okay. This knife edge, and this is the rigid support. And in this pendulum, we have different holes. So in the real lab pendulum, we have total 19 holes. Okay. And we have one hole. This is the center of hole, center of gravity point. Then we have 9 holes this side, and 9 holes this side. So we hang this pendulum to all these 9 holes and then measure the time for number of oscillations. So in our case, we generally take number of oscillations equals to 30. So we find the time of and then time period. Okay, so time divided by 30 will be the time period for each hole. Okay, now we can measure the distance of each hole from this center hole. Okay, then we plot this time period versus this distance of each hole from this center hole. Okay, then what we do, we change it, we make it upside down, then again we repeat this process because there also we have 9 holes. Okay. Then we plot the time period versus distance from CG for both the sides, and then from that graph we have to find the value of L. So we will see how to do that. Okay, so here is the procedure. So in the real life setting, what we do, we suspend this bar compound pendulum with the help of knife edge. Okay. Now in the start of the sequence, we use the hole which is nearest to one end. Okay, means the hole which is nearest to this end, let's say this is one end and this is other end. Okay. So we are hanging this pendulum through this hole which is near to this end or at the maximum distance from this center hole. Okay. So after hanging this bar, and when this pendulum is at rest, there is no oscillation, no vibration. And what we do, we focus the telescope. Okay. Now here we are using telescope to precisely count the number of oscillations. Okay. Now what we do, we make an arrangement so that in this telescope we have vertical crosswire, we have horizontal crosswire. Now this vertical crosswire of this telescope, this should coincide with the vertical mark on the bar. So we make a vertical mark. Let's say here this vertical mark, and then this is at rest, and this is the vertical mark of this telescope. So they should coincide. So we have to make this arrangement. Then this pendulum is at rest. Okay. Then what we do, we give some displacement to this bar, and then it will start oscillating, and this oscillation will be in the vertical plane, this plane. Okay, because it will oscillate like this, it will go in this direction, then this direction. Okay. But the displacement given is very small, around 4 degrees in this arc. Okay, we need very small displacement. Then what we do, we measure the time for 30 oscillations by using the precision stopwatch, by observing the number of oscillations in the telescope. Okay. So now we all know we find the number of oscillations. So suppose this is our equilibrium position, and then we have given some displacement to this pendulum in this direction initially. So this will move in this direction, then it will come back to its equilibrium position, then it will go opposite side, and then again it will come back to its equilibrium position. Okay. So this is one oscillation. Now this one oscillation we are measuring through this telescope. Okay. Similarly, we have to measure this basically for 30 oscillations. Okay. So through this telescope we will see that this pendulum is having 30 oscillations, and then we are measuring the corresponding time using the stopwatch. Okay. Then we can calculate the time period. If this is the time for 30 oscillations, then the time period will be this total time divided by 30. This will be the time period capital T. Okay. Then we can measure the distance d of this axis of suspension. Okay, this distance. Okay, we have this for this first pole. And so in this virtual lab, what we are doing, we are measuring this distance from this end. So here, this is the distance. D. But in real life practice, what we do, we measure this distance from the center hole point. Okay. Now, distance between each hole is 5 centimeter. Okay. And we are at the ninth hole from the center point. So 5 9 ja 45. So we are at 45 centimeter from the center of gravity point. And we are hanging this mark through this first hole. That is outermost hole. At one end. Okay. And then what we do now? Now we will repeat this whole process to the next hole. Now we will change the knife edge to this next hole and then we will hang it and then we will repeat this process. We will give some displacement, then measure this time for 30 oscillations and then calculate the time period. Okay. So this we will do till we get this 5 centimeter distance. That is the hole which is just next to this center hole point. Okay. So we are at 9, 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And the distance of one hole from this center hole is 5. When till we are at 5 centimeter, starting from 45 to 5 centimeter, we measure this distance. And then we repeat this process for time period. Okay. Then what we do, we draw a graph of this distance of the hole from the center of gravity point versus time period. So we take time period on y-axis and then this distance on x-axis. D. Okay. Now since we can hang this pendulum from upside and as well as downside, we have to plot two graphs. So let's say this is one end and this is other end. So our graph should be like this. It should look like this. Okay. Then this is the observation table for real life setting. So for each distance, let's say we are at the ninth hole and the distance is 45 centimeters from the center hole, center of gravity point. Then we are measuring the time for 30 oscillations. Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are measuring the time for 30 oscillations. And then, so this experiment for each distance, we take number of oscillations 30, but we take this measurement twice. We take two readings for each distance. Okay. Then we take the average of those two readings, average time, and then we calculate the time period. Okay. Then we go for the next one. That is 40 centimeters. And then we repeat this process. Then we change the side from other side, and then again we repeat this. Okay. Then we have to plot this graph. So on y-axis we have this time period in second. Then on the x-axis we have this distance d. Okay. So we will get this graph. Then to calculate the value of L. Here. What we are doing, we are drawing parallel lines parallel to x-axis. But these lines should pass through these two graphs. Okay. Each line should cut one graph at 2 points, like this upper one A, B, C, D, E. This line is crossing this graph at point A and point B, and this other graph at point D and point E. Okay. Now we have to find the effective length. And this point C, this will give us the value of T, time period. Okay, we are doing this calculation of L for this time period. Let's say this is T dash. Okay, so here in the sample we have this time period 1.5615. So let's say this T dash is 1.5615. Then what we are doing, we are calculating L and L dash. So this distance from point B to point D, this is called L, and distance from this point A to point B, this is called L dash. Okay. But we have to take from the center point. So what we do, this is L dash by 2 and this is L by 2. Here we are doing. Okay. Okay. But I think it's better to just measure first L and L dash. And then later we can do that. Okay, so we have this L and L dash. Okay, so this L, in the ideal case, the distance from this vertical axis to point B and vertical axis to point D, this should be same. But in real practice, this may not be same. Okay, so basically the distance between B and C or C and D is L, but here we are measuring the distance between B and D. So this is basically 2L, L plus L. Now this may not exactly same. Okay. Similarly, the distance between C and A and C and E, this should also be same. But again, there may be some difference. So now again we are measuring 2 L dash. AC is L dash and CE is also L dash. But there may be some difference. What we do, we measure these two extreme points. So now we have 2L and 2L dash. Okay, so we simply have L equals to this BD by 2. And then L dash equals to this point A, E by 2. Okay, now we have calculated these two values of L. Now to find the effective length, capital L, what we have to do here? We have to simply add these two values of L plus L dash. Okay, now we have this L, capital L, and then we have this time, this point here. We have this time T dash, we have L, so we can simply calculate G. T dash is this much, and then this L is 20 plus 44.25. So this is basically 64.25 in centimeter. Okay, now if we put the value of this L and T in the formula, we will get the value of G. Okay, now this is the value of G for this time period. Similarly, we can draw other lines also parallel to x-axis for different values of time period. We can have one line here also. Okay. But this horizontal line should cut each graph at 2 points. We cannot draw a line like this, just going to the bottom point only at single point. This is not acceptable. Similarly, any other line which is going just below these two graphs, that is also not acceptable because we cannot calculate L and L dash in that case. Okay, so now this we have to do 4 different values of time period. So we generally take 3 graphs, 3 different values of time period T, and then we calculate 3 different values of G. Then to find the mean value of G, we take the average of both G1 plus G2 plus G3 by 3. Okay. Then we calculate the acceleration due to gravity at Noida. So whatever value we are getting, we will write there. And the standard value, this is 9.8. Okay, we are at Noida. Okay. Now we have a experimental value, we have a standard value, so then we can calculate this percentage error. Okay, difference of those two values we can divide by actual value into 100. Okay. And during this experiment we have to take some precautions. We should make sure that our pendulum is oscillating in the vertical plane. There should be no zigzag or bow during this vibration. And also the amplitude of this oscillation should be very low. And then we should use precision stopper to measure the time accurately in the millisecond order. Okay. And also there should be no air flow. Okay. So there should be no air friction. So then we have these questions and answers to go through these. Okay. Now let's start the virtual lab.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, when do we have to submit our practicals? I mean, which we have done in the file. I mean, is there a date?
You should submit your practicals weekly, on the weekly basis.
Sir, where should we post it in the general?
In the general, in the file section. Make your folder.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so now I am sharing the link of this virtual lab. Please log in and then we will start. Okay, so please log into this virtual lab.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, do we have to submit it today or in the next class?
No need to submit today. But please prepare your file and submit on weekly basis. Before the new lab, you should submit.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Because now this is the 4th experiment we are performing here today. Now you should start compiling your file. Okay, so please log in first. Okay, should we start? Please confirm. Do you
Yes, sir.
have access to this virtual lab?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so here we have this compound pendulum, and this is the symmetric case, as we have discussed in bar pendulum case also. Okay, so the shape of pendulum can be anything, but it should be symmetric in our case. Okay, now in this virtual lab, actually they are finding the acceleration due to gravity, then radius of gyration, then also moment of inertia. But aim of our experiment is just to find the acceleration due to gravity. So we will stick to that only. Okay. And here is the theory part for this compound pendulum. So this we have already discussed. Now let's go to the procedure part. Okay. Now to perform this experiment, please go through this procedure part first, then we will start. So I am giving you roughly 5 minutes. Please go through this procedure part, then we will start the real life. Okay. Okay, if you have gone through it, should we start now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so for this self-evaluation part, please go through it and try to attempt those questions. And let's go to this simulation. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here
Yes,
we have
sir.
compound pendulum. This is our pendulum. Here we have this knife edge, and this is a rigid support. Okay. Now this length knob, this will change the position of this pendulum. That is, this knife edge will go through this hole. So right now we are at this extreme hole, which is near to this one end. Okay. Then if we move this, then the number of holes, they will shift upward. Okay. Now when the length is 50 centimeters. So we are at the center of this row. Okay. Now, so what we have to do here, first when we are at this extreme hole, this length is 5 centimeters. Now here this length is basically from this end and this hole. So this length is 5 centimeters. Okay. Then we go to the next hole. Then this length is 10 centimeters. And then at this hole, 9th hole, 45 centimeters. And then when we go to the 10th hole, now this is the center point. Okay. Then to make it upside down, what we have to do, we have to further move. Okay. So when we go to 55, see this pendulum, this will change. It will go upside down. See, it's changing from 50 to 55. Okay. So now we are at the hole which is near to the center point. So now to move this position, we have to move to now here. Okay. So now we are at this distance 95. So this is the distance from this end. Okay. So in this virtual lab, what is given here is basically the distance of this knife edge from this point A. Let's say this is the point A, and then we are doing this for number of oscillations, then the time, and then time period, and then we are calculating this value of G using this graph. Now instead of using this table for this pendulum, because here they are measuring from one end, but it's better to measure this distance from this center of gravity point. Okay. So before we start this experiment, let me share one table in which you can measure the reading. So basically what we will do, we will start from the extreme hole, that is, so now the distance between each hole is 5 centimeters, and there are 9 holes, and the 10th hole is the center point. Okay, so the distance from this center point to this 9th hole, 9 5 is 45, so this distance will be 45. Okay, so here it is 5, then we have to do 50 minus 5, so we are at 45 from the center of gravity point. Then 10 centimeters. So now 50 minus 10, that is it's a 40 centimeters from center of gravity. Then 50 minus 50, sorry, 50 minus 15, yes, 35. Then 50 minus 20, 30, like this. Okay. Then similarly for this point, then we are at upside down. Now we will not start from here. We will start from this extreme point. Okay. Now we are at 45 centimeter. Then 40, 35, 30, till we get 5 centimeter. Okay. Now for different environment, we have to perform this experiment. Right now we will perform here for Earth. The G standard value of G is 9.8. Then all of you should perform at least 3 different environments. Okay. Like Earth, Moon, Uranus, Neptune, Jupiter, any of these 3 environments. Okay. Then we can use this stopwatch to measure the time for different number of oscillations. Like if we are performing this on Earth, then we will take 30 oscillations. So to start this stopwatch, simply press this start button. Okay. So first what you have to do, you have to give some displacement. Okay. So move your cursor here and just give some displacement. Then leave it. Okay. Then start. So simply press the start button on this stopwatch when this pendulum is going to its equilibrium position. Then note down the number of oscillations and the time also. Then when you stop, then again start. So this automatically reset. It will not start from this point this time. It will start from 0. Okay. So let's say we are doing this for 10 oscillations. So when I will start when it is going from its equilibrium position. Okay. So this is the time for 10 oscillations. Okay. So we should write here 10 time. Now we will repeat this reading again. Okay. Again we will give some displacement and then we will count the number of oscillations 10 and then note down the corresponding time. And then stop it. Okay. Now you can also see the result. Okay. So this we have to do for each hole. Okay. Now first let me share the observation table that I want to share with you. That will be better. So is my screen visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, we have this bar pendulum or compound pendulum. Here in this pendulum, we have total 19 holes. We have this center hole, this one, and then we have 9 holes at this end. Let's say this is one end, and 9 holes at the other end. Okay. Now we are measuring the distance related to this center hole point. This is also called as center of gravity point. This distance is 0. Now we are measuring the distance of these different holes with respect to this center hole. Okay. So the distance of this hole to this next hole is 5 centimeter, and then it will be the distance of between two consecutive holes is 5 centimeters. Okay. So if we have this first hole, then 1 into 5 is 5, then 2 into 5 is 10, then 9 into 5 is 45. So this is the extreme pole position for this end. So now what we will do, we will hang this pendulum to this hole whose position is 45 centimeters. So here what we will write, distance from CG is 45. Okay, then we will measure the time for 30 oscillations. So we will do this experiment for 30 oscillations when we are at 45 centimeters from the center of gravity point. Then we will measure the time. Okay. Let's say the time is t1. Then again for this distance 45, we will repeat this measurement. Now let's say the time is t2. Then we will take average time t1 plus t2 by 2. So that time is, let's say, t. Okay. Then we have to find this time period. So this will be simply t by 30. Okay. Then what we will do? Now we will hang this pendulum to this second hole. Okay. Now the distance of this hole from the center of gravity point is 40 centimeters. So here we will write 40. And then we will keep the number of oscillations same. Okay. For one environment, please keep the number of oscillations same. Whether we are on Earth or Moon, if we are performing this experiment on Earth, and we are taking the number of oscillations 30 for first case, then please keep same. Okay. So this will be 30 for all. Then for this 40 centimeter, again we will measure this T1, T2, and T, and then time period. Then we will go for 35 and repeat 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and 5. Okay. We have done 45, 40, then we have done 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to change this. So now we have to make it upside down. So we will move this other end to this top and this end is the bottom. Okay. Now again what we will do? We will measure at the 45 centimeter. So again for this 45 centimeter for this other end. Again we will keep the number of oscillations same. 30 for all. Then we will measure the time T1, T2, then average time, then again time period T by 30. And this we will do for all these distances. Okay. So this distance from CG will be common for both the sides. Okay. So first is for 45, then 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Okay. So this we have to do. Then what we have to do? We have to plot the graph. This graph will be between this time period. Here we are getting this time period. Here also we are getting this time period. Okay. So we will take this time period common on the y-axis. Then for this one end, we will plot this graph on the left side. So we should get this graph like this. And for this other end, we will plot this graph on the right hand side. We should get this graph like this. Okay. Then simply we have to draw a horizontal line to x-axis, and then we have to find the value of L and L dash, and then value of capital L with respect to this time period T dash. And we can simply find the value of G. Okay. And now this we have to do 3 times, 3 different value of G for each environment. Okay. Is that clear to all?
So we have to do this for only one environment.
No, 3 environments. Earth, You have to do this on Earth, and then for rest of the two environment, you can choose any two.
Sir, what is T2 here?
T2 is we are measuring this time for 30 oscillations twice. We are doing this experiment twice for 45 centimeter. First we are measuring the time for 30 oscillations, then it is T1. Then again we are repeating this. Then we are getting T2. Okay, because when we are giving some displacement, we may have different displacement. Okay, so due to that slightly different displacement, the time may be slightly different. Okay.
Sir, how to check in what angle we have to leave the pendulum at what angle?
Keep that minimum. Ideally, it should be around 4 degree or 4 angle. And even if there is some difference in displacement, that's why we are taking these two readings. Okay.
Okay,
Please
sir.
note down this table, because the table given in the virtual lab is not good actually for the calculation purpose. Okay, so may I unshare my screen?
सर हम लोगों ने कैपिटल एल की वैल्यू निकाल ली, उसके बाद क्या करना है?
After that, you have to simply put this value in this formula G equals to 4 pi square L over T. Do you remember the formula for simple pendulum time period? T equals to 2 pi root.
Yes, sir.
This is for simple pendulum. Small L is the length between point of suspension and bow. But here mass is distributed, so we are finding the effective length here, capital L, and then we are simply calculating the value of G.
Okay, sir.
May I share my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so now you know how to take the readings. So should I explain further?
Yes, sir.
So the table I have shown you, according to that, now we are at this 45 centimeter. Let's say for this one end, we are at here 45 centimeter. Then for the 30 oscillations, we will give some displacement, and then we will start counting the number of oscillations when it passes through its equilibrium position, and then at the same time we will start this stopwatch. Then when the 30 oscillations are complete, just complete, we will stop this stopwatch. Okay, this will be the time T1. Then we will repeat this again. For this first set, Let me start. One, two, 4. Okay, so this is the time for 30 oscillations. So in that table for 45 centimeter, please write the number of oscillations 30, then time t1 is 46.835. Then repeat this for this distance 45 centimeter again, and then change the distance to 40, and then further start. Okay, so please start taking the reading. If you have any doubt still, please ask. Please send the screenshots of initial readings.
एक, दो, तीन, चार, चार में डाउट है। 21 pretty good.
Yes. Want to say something? Hello.
Sir, I have shared my readings. Please check it.
You have shared in general?
Yes, sir.
Only this distance 45, this is from one end, right? From the center of gravity point.
Yes, sir.
This is the extreme point. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then you are taking to the next point 40 centimeters. But there is a problem. Actually, the graph is parabolic in the shape. So when we are coming closer to the center of gravity point, initially this time period should decrease and then it will increase. In your case, it is increasing from 45 to 40. It has increased. Okay. So this the trend is not. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Please check again. It should first decrease and then it will increase. All of you, please see my screen. Is my screen visible? Hello?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible.
Okay. So here, please see this center point is the center hole point. Then we are at 5 centimeters. This is 5. Then 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and then basically this point is 45, 40. Okay. Now, when we are at the extreme point, we will get some value of time period. This is time period, right? Now, when we are coming closer to this center of gravity point, our time period should decrease. It should get some minimum value and then it should further increase. Okay. So we should get this trend in time period with respect to the distance from the center of gravity. When we are at the extreme point, we will get certain value, and then when we are coming closer to the center of gravity point, initially it will decrease this time period. Initially it will decrease and then it will increase. This trend will be same for both the sides. Okay. So your time period first will decrease. If it is like 1.3, then it should be 1.2 or 1.3, 1.25 like this, then 1.1, then 1.0, then it will be 0.9, then again it should increase 1.0 or 1.1, 1.2, 1.4 and 1.6 or 7. Okay, this should be the trend. First it will decrease and then it will increase. Okay, this is the time period with respect to the distance. This is, let's say, for 45 and this is for 5 centimeters. Okay, now please record the readings accordingly and please check whether you are getting this type. Okay, so please continue. Now I am answering my screen.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Please check my readings. I have uploaded them in the chat box.
Even you have uploaded, I think, in general. Let me see there. Okay. You're reading at 35 centimeter, 1.46. This is not correct. I think please repeat this reading.
Okay, sir.
We are getting at 40 centimeter 1.42, then again at 30 1.42. Okay, so this 40 centimeter reading 1.42, this is not okay. Naman, hello. Naman,
Yes, sir.
Naman, the reading you have sent
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
there, the mean time is not correct.
Yes, sir.
You have taken 43.619, then 43.558. Then mean is only 21.8. That's not correct.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, I am resending it.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. So we have to make all three tables in practical file. So you are muted.
You make three different environment tables.
Okay.
Sir, please check the readings now. Sir, you are muted.
Okay, it's okay. I can hear you. I am checking your reading. Yeah, Naman. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Still your readings are not consistent.
Yes, sir.
See, at 45 centimeter, we should get some value. Then at 40 centimeter, the value of that time period, it should decrease from this 45 centimeter value. Okay. But here we are getting higher
Okay.
value at 40 as compared to 45.
Sir, so the number of oscillations should be decreased. Time for oscillation should decrease with the length.
Yes, it should decrease first few readings, and then it will increase.
Okay, sir.
Then only we will get that parabolic
So I
behavior.
will read with it.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Okay. Others also, please send your readings.
Sir, please check my readings.
Okay. Aditya, your readings are okay.
Okay, sir. Kushag,
Kushagra Jain. Kushagra. Rajwal.
Yes, sir.
What is the status of your experiment?
Sir, I'm trying to do the reading, but my internet is so bad right now because I'm on mobile data. Sir, we are shifted. Sir, I can barely hear you. Sorry, sir.
It may be due to bandwidth.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then please try later. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Shantanu. Shantanu. Aryaman. Hello, Aryaman.
Yes, sir. It takes some time to switch on.
Okay. How
Sir,
about
sir, the readings I'm doing of the time period, sir, I have done 45, 40, 35, and 30, meaning up till 15.
okay?
I
What
have
is
to
the
do 10 and 5.
trend of the readings? The time period trend. It is increasing or decreasing?
Sir, it was going down and up.
Okay. Okay then. Please continue.
Sir, what to do after finding all the time periods for both ends?
Then please switch the environment to moon or some other planet.
No, sir. First, we'll make the graph, right?
Yeah, for this set of reading, yes, please
Yes.
draw graph, the time period on y-axis, and then length, like the distance from the CG on the x-axis for both the sides.
Okay.
Okay, one side on left side and for other side on the right hand side. And then please draw the graph and then draw the horizontal lines and then find the value of capital L. Then do the calculation for G. Okay, so the class time is almost over. If any one of you have any problem or want to discuss something, then please ask now, otherwise we have to stop here.
Sir,
Yes?
sir, we have to draw graphs for meaning how many planets?
Three. Three, yes.
Including Earth or excluding Earth?
Including Earth. Earth should be there. Okay, so the class time is over.